Welcome everyone. Finally, a new weekend in the Formula 1 2024 career mode Austrian Grand Prix. But first of all, before to start with everything, with all the stuff, thank you so much to the people here on YouTube. I don't know what happened last week. It was amazing how much grew up this YouTube channel in the last week. You enjoyed a lot the weekend of the Spanish Grand Prix, and I saw a lot of comments from you in my videos in the races telling me nice race, nice drive. Wow, amazing guys. I'm super happy for that. I'm super happy to see the community still growing up little by little. And as you can see here at the top, this is our goal, guys. 1,000 subscribers. It's possible. Can we reach this number someday? I hope, guys. I hope if we do it, the channel will start to grow up massively and we can even improve much more the quality. And the next thing, in 16 minutes, in 58 minutes, I will be racing on Twitch. DannyFloss1 is my username. So subscribe here on YouTube, follow me on Twitch, and in that way you won't miss anything about my Formula 1 24 career mode. This weekend is time for the Austrian Grand Prix. As you can see in the time zone, in the timetable, it's an sprint format. The third sprint weekend we have this season. And as you can see, always in the sprint weekends, the times change a little bit. But as always, on Friday, today, we have the practice one in 1 hour time. 2 p.m. local time. You can check your local time just below. You have different time zones of different cities of the world. In that way you can calculate the time zones. And as I said, we are in the weekend preview now on YouTube, where we develop the car, we set the strategy, the tire choice, we check the standings as well, everything. We go to practice one later on Twitch. Then this afternoon we have the first qualifying of this weekend, the sprint qualifying at 5 p.m. local time. Tomorrow in the morning here in 12 p.m. local time, 12 a.m. sorry, the sprint race, 23 laps available, and in the afternoon 5 p.m. local time, the qualifying session for the race, for the full race, that will be November 24, Sunday. But remember, before the race starts, here on YouTube we do a race preview, commenting the race strategy, possibilities for the race, wherever, anything related to the race. And as always, I prepare this little map for the race day, where you can see here in this map, depending where you are, the race time for this weekend in different cities of the world. In that way you can calculate a bit more easy for the place wherever you are. So let's start, guys. As always, you know that I like to do a little recap of the previous race. In this case, the previous race was in the Spanish Grand Prix, my home race. That was not incredible. I made a big mistake. Apologies. I don't know if you are here, Lerchi. Apologies. I had to say apologies to you, because you told me that 2 stops strategy will be the best strategy. I accept your advice. But in the middle of the race, I thought maybe 1 stop can work in the hard tire, but you were absolutely right. I failed, sorry for that, and due to put the hard tire, the C5, my second stint was so horrible that I had no chances at all to fight for anything. So yeah, I learned the lesson. I will try to follow your advices next time. Definitely, you know much more than me in that regard in terms of strategy. And this is something I have to learn. Anyway, let's check the highlights. This is the race start. I'm starting in P14, just at the back. In this race I have a special helmet. It's not the classic green and blue. Let me sing the audio first. It's not the classic blue and green helmet. It's a yellow one with touches of red. And this is the race start. Basically, Verstappen starting very well. Alonso along him. In the right side, I'm this car. Oops, sorry. I'm this car. Okay. So good race start on medium, but people who start on soft pass me. Actually, I'm in the inside, as you can see, fighting with the Haas. That passed me in the straight. I lock up. I almost crashed into the Haas here, as you can see. And the Sauber, that was, I think, Joe, tried the outside, but I was able to defend very well from him. Now I am behind the Sauber, but I have the inside more grip. I maintain the car in front of the Sauber. Very cool fight, as you can see here, wheel to wheel. Now I had the inside of the next corner. I tried to brake later, but well, at the end I was able to maintain in front, but some laps later the Sauber passed me because he was on soft. Here in a big train of cars, actually, as you can see here, Perez that was behind because he started very at the back. I tried to defend from the cars behind that were faster at the beginning on the soft. Perez passed me some laps later, obviously. This is lap 10. In lap 10, where the Sauber passed me actually, and also Perez, so I'm in P18 here. But I have pace. It's about just to wait for the moment. Here I lock up. I lock up a couple of times in this corner, and I had some incidents here. As you can see here, the Haas tried to pass me because I lock up. We were wheel to wheel, but I was able to maintain the inside and to save the place. As you can see, the Haas also in soft tire. In lap 16, the people who was running on soft start to have struggles with the tires. And as I was on medium, here I was able to catch against Joe, the Sauber, and pass him very easy in the main straight line. Okay, and at this point, well, we go to lap 64. At this point, everyone that were on mediums and soft start to stop, and I decided to do the one stop strategy, to go longer on this medium. I felt quicker, I feel fast, and I thought maybe the hard tire is not so slow. But once I put the hard tire, I mean, I was not able to match any lap time of the rest of the people in front, even with older tires than me, and just he was able to maintain the place with Bottas at the end. That, as you can see here in lap 64, 2 laps to go, he was pushing like crazy. He did 2 stops, and he went with mediums that were newer than my hards, very old hards, so I was trying to defend. And I made the same mistake I did laps before, looking up a bit in this corner, and the Sauber passed me. That you look at that, what Bottas did. That was a mistake from him. He crashed into me. He crashed into me. As you can see, pieces that are from his front wing. He damaged the front wing. I didn't, at the moment in real life when it happened, he crashed into me. I didn't realize he broke the front wing. As you can see here, I didn't realize of it. You can see the half of the front wing is completely broken. And I didn't know that, so that's why he was so slow in these corners. He was very slow in these corners, but I didn't realize he lost the front wing. That's why I almost crashed into him here, because he has to back off a lot, because he had no downforce. And look at that, I had to put the foot on the brakes massively, because if not I crashed into him. Because I didn't realize he broke the front wing. So in the next main straight line, I passed him very easy again, because basically with that level of damage, he was not able to pass me again with that level of downforce, you know. And I recovered the place, and at the end I finished in P17, but no pace at all. Very, very bad race, guys. So no much more to say. It was my mistake. Even with the anyway, if I will try to do 2 stops. To fight for points in Spain will not be possible, because the top 10 cars finish, the top 5 teams with the top 10 drivers finish in points position, and probably we will be able to fight with Alex, my teammate, and the RVs for 12, 11, 13 place, something like that, but no more. Move on to this weekend, guys. This is the Austrian Grand Prix. To be honest, this circuit it's not one of my favorites. It's a circuit. It's nice. It's in the forest. It has very good uphills and downhills. It's fun to drive here, but for me it's very short circuit. It's very basic, you know. I would like to see more corners on this track. and for me it's a bit basic, as I said. It's not a track that I enjoyed so much. Anyway, I have great memories from last year's game. If you check the race I did last year, both Williams, Alex and me, we were able to finish on points. I'm finishing P10, passing Ocon in the last lap, and after an amazing battle for the P10. And basically this circuit is not so... there is not so much to talk about. I mean, this is the start finish line. Turn 1 probably is one of the most difficult of the track, because normally you here the runoff area is so wide that you try to brake a bit later, trying to get more speed in the entry, and it's very easy to go wide, because the problem is here the curve that is in the outside is very big and can damage your car. So it's about to calculate the speed, the entry speed. Try to don't be so greedy, and try to maintain the car on the track here. And especially traction is critical, because after the corner you have all this long straight with the arrest. This is a big uphill to turn 3. That is one of my favorite corners, because it's in an uphill, massive uphill. It's difficult to see the apex, but I like so much because you have to brake a lot here. It's very tight, the corner. And you have to be very precise with the rotation of the car here in a very slow speed. And once again, the exit is crucial to have good traction for the next straight line. New DRS zone here to overtake is easy with so many DRS zones. To turn 4, that is at the opposite to turn 3, it's massive downhill. And here is critical. You have to take care about this corner, because the downhill is so big that when you start to brake, you start braking, you have to brake a bit. You have to put in the foot on the brake pedal a bit more time than in other corners, because the downhill maintain the cars rolling up, you know. So you have to brake a bit more than in a normal corner. So once again, this corner opens a lot the line at the exit. The traction is crucial as well. To go to the fastest section in sector 2, which is turn 6. In this place I passed Ocon last year's in the last lap for P10, which is a corner where you have to maintain the inside at the beginning and to open the line a lot, using a lot of care as much as you can, but be careful, because here there is gravel, and if you touch too much the gravel you will spin. And we go to turn 7, that is not flat out, maybe it's in 6th year, 5th year. Probably for me one of the most difficult corners, because you have to maintain the speed enough, but at the same time don't go wide. Here there is a big curve you can use. Sometimes it's a bit slippery. Turn 8 is flat out. And move on to the last 2 corners, probably the most crucial section, and the section of the track where you can have more chances to have a massive crash, like I had last year as well in a sprint qualifying. I crashed in qualifying on Friday. I crashed in turn 10. I tried to go very wide and I spun and I crashed into the wall. Basically, it's 2 corners. It's about to rotate the car in the precise moment, guys. You have to be really precise in the moment you turn in, to use as much curve as you can without exceed the track limits. That here is easy to exceed the track limits. And turn 10, be careful, because there is a massive downhill as well, and the camber of this corner is crucial, and it's easy, very easy to enter with much more speed that you need and go wide and touch the grass. So you have to take care a lot, especially at the exit of both corners, to maintain the speed enough and to cross the start finish line to try to be the fastest, to try to do the fastest lap possible. Basic circuit with some traps, I have to say, some fun areas, but at the end it's a circuit that I don't enjoy so much, but I'm very good at it, so I hope to have a nice weekend here. After that, it's time for the sorry guys, you are not seeing the game. It's time for the development, guys. It's time for the most important part of this video, which is the development of the car. And maybe we have some pieces before this Grand Prix starts. Let's check it.
Okay, all the new parts have been fabricated and we're going to have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Okay, parts came, so let's see later on what we have for this weekend. But first of all, let's check the message. We don't have message. Let's set the goals for the weekend. This weekend are not available the quality assurance tester and the strategy analyst. So for the rest of the options, manufacturing expert, we have level 1. We are fighting to reach level 2. We have 540 points from 1500 we need to increase the reduce the failure chances by 10%. Goals available for this weekend: drive 330 kilometers during the race weekend, or complete 2 sessions without damaging your car. Well, I have a problem with that word always. I will set this one. I hope to don't damage the car. This is the goal. In wind tunnel engineer, we are in level 0. We are very close to reach level 1. We need only 40 points. 2 goals available: complete any session with the fastest lap, open the DRS slot for more than 45 seconds during a race weekend. Probably to complete any session with the fastest lap will be difficult, so I will select this one. In power unit consultant, we have 330 points from 1500 we need to reach level 1. 2 goals available: use overtake ERS mode for 35 seconds during a race weekend, or finish in a better position than your teammate in the race. The easiest one is this one, because in this year's game, unfortunately, Alex Albon, my teammate, is destroying me in race and qualifying. But let's try to be ambitious, guys. Let's try to finish ahead of Alex in race. And finally, material fabrication planner, we only need 100 points to reach level 1. 2 goals: complete 5 laps without penalties or warning during a race weekend, or receive fewer than 3 corner cutting warnings penalties during the race weekend. Well, I think it's not so easy as it looks like. Here, to receive warnings for corner cutting is very easy, as I said in the track analysis. So let's set this one. And that's it, basically. This is the 5 goal we have, and we set as a primary specialist probably this one, which is the area where we need more points. In driver details, well, guys, as you can see in the graphic, we are very close to reach the target we set for this season, that is level 69. We are in level 68, so despite we are not reaching the results I would like to, we have no points still in the standings. In terms of performance, we are doing very well, I have to say, at least in what we were asking as target. The teammate rivalry obviously is terrible for me. I'm losing 7-2 in qualifying and race for the moment. And this is very interesting, guys. Despite the race, the last Grand Prix was not spectacular in terms of results in Spain. For example, we improved in some areas, like obviously in experience, because we finished the race. In racecraft, which is the blue line that is affected by overtakes and your finish position compared to a starting position, we didn't improve a lot because we started in P14 and we finished in P17, so not so much points. But for example, in awareness, that is gained through clean races but reduced by collisions, of track moments and DNFs, in that weekend we had any kind of warning, we had not any kind of penalty or collision, so we increase a lot the awareness. Pace, we increase a bit the pace. It reflects the speed in qualifying and margin to fastest lap in race. In race we had no points because the pace was very bad, but in qualifying we did a decent lap time in qualifying, very close to Alex, so we gain some points. And in focus, that is reflects form in qualifying and race results versus taking vehicle performance into account, we lose points because we finish in P17 and we have a car to finish P14, P15. So focus is something we are losing a lot in the last races in Monaco, Canada and Spain. Canada could gain a lot of points before my mistake where we were running in P6, but it is what it is. Since Emilia Romagna, we are losing points in focus. Let's see finally if here we can improve that stat. And move on to the key point, guys, the development. Let me check what we have actually. As you can see, we have pieces for the next Grand Prix for Silverstone that are in the factory, and as you can see, 2 of them are major upgrades. That means in Silverstone, if we put together all we have available, we will be ahead of Visa Cash App RB. Obviously they will increase the performance, so probably I think we will be probably the 6th team very much with RB after this Grand Prix if these upgrades come to us in Silverstone. Alex has also a minor upgrade for Monday 15 July, but this is after Silverstone, so the next weekend, the next Grand Prix will be crucial, guys, especially if we receive these pieces. What that means? That means that actually we spent a lot of points previous weekend developing that upgrades, and actually only we have 435 points. With these points, to be honest, we cannot develop so much things. That means maybe this weekend we save points and we do not develop anything to save points for major upgrades next weekend. Anyway, let's check what we can do. For example, in aerodynamic, we can do nothing because this is the only thing we can develop and we have no points enough. In chassis, we have no points for this upgrade. We have no points for this upgrade as well, just by a few. And in powertrain, we cannot develop nothing, I think. So we are developing that. Sorry, that is a major upgrade. So I hope it will be ready for Silverstone. And in reliability, we have no points as well. This is something from reliability. This is the only component I would like to improve that we cannot. That probably is the component that we will have to use more units at the end of the season and to penalize, because the rest of the components are in a very good shape in terms of wear. So this is the only one that we will need to increase the number of units allowed per season, but I cannot improve the reliability. So I would like to see how this can unlock, but I cannot see the panel, so I don't know what to say. I don't know what I need to develop this upgrade. So basically, guys, we cannot develop nothing. So this weekend is about saving points for next weekend, and let's see what we can do. As you can see in the progress history, this is something that it will be updated in the panel when we go to the race weekend section. But as you can see, actually we are the 7th team. Sauber, that start very well, now actually is the slowest as in real life. We are there with Haas and Alpine. RB, as you can see, are far away, but maybe in Silverstone we catch them very, very quickly. And vehicle, as always, now we are using the number 2 unit for races and qualifying. This is a sprint weekend. That means probably since Friday we will have to use the number 2 components. But for this practice session we can use the all combustion engine, the all kinetic, we can use the all heat as well, the energy store number 1, the turbo number 1 as well, the electronics, and the all gearbox. After the practice session, before the sprint qualifying, we will use the number 2 units. So tire allocation, this is a sprint weekend. That makes things a bit different because as you know, in sprint qualifying in SQ1 and SQ2 it's mandatory to use a medium. So basically the most important thing here is what tires we select for race day in Sunday. In this Grand Prix we are using the softest option with C5, C4 and C3. Probably that means that the harder tire here will be a very good tire, not like in Spain that was the C5. The C5 is a tire that I won't to use anymore, to be honest. The rest of the season is terrible, but here the hard will be a bit better. I don't think this track is very high in degradation. It has some fast corners that will destroy especially the left front as in Spain, but not so much as in Spain. It has not so many fast corners. The key here, I think, is, as always, is the medium. I think the medium is the winner tire. But as you can see here, the question is what tires we select for the sprint race. That means we can use soft, mandatory, or to put a medium or a hard tire. And I think I will use this configuration because for the sprint race, the winner tire I think will be the medium. And I would like to have a medium for the sprint race and obviously for the race on Sunday. So I will select this option basically for the medium tire in the sprint race. And now in practice only we will have the hard and the soft. And this is what I want to have, to be honest. So let's use these tires for the weekend. And finally, something that you asked me this weekend in the comment section, where I can see the driver standings of your career mode. This is something we do here in this section in the weekend previews of every Grand Prix, as we are doing now. Well, as you can see, Max Verstappen, incredible. He has won everything except China. When he was retired, he will be champion anyway with these numbers. Leclerc finished 4th, that is 2nd in the standings now. Alonso, another podium, actually has 5 podiums in the season. He's doing incredible. Perez now is 4th after finishing 8th in the last race. Sainz finishing 7th in the last race, still in 5th. Lando is 6th. Very poor season for Lando. He started very well with 3 podiums in the first 5 races, but since Miami, terrible results. Luis, who set the fastest lap in Spain, is in 7th, Russell in 8th, Piastri, who finished 2nd in Spain, achieving the 2nd podium of the season, is still 9th place, Stroll 10th, and from Stroll is our league, guys. As you can see, my teammate Alex, after the great result in Canada, still leading the 2nd pack with 6 points, the same than Gasly and Tsunoda. Daniel Ricciardo is with 5 points. In Spain, any one of us in this bottom of the second half of the standing score points because the top teams finish all of them the race. And as you can see, actually I'm in P19 after the 17th place in Spain. In Emilia Romagna is our best result with an 11th place. We have 2 DNF. But as you can see, we need points finally, because is what we need to fight in the constructor standings with Visa, Kashab, with Alpine, with Haas. And actually in the standings in the constructors we are in 8th place with 6 points, all of them from Alex, 1 point behind Alpine, 5 points behind Visa, Kashab. But I think in this track we will have chances to fight for points. This is a track that, as happened in Canada, fits very well for our car. So here, last year Alex and me, we scored points, so let's try to do it again. Here we can do a good race. Oh well, this is the trophies. I have no trophies obviously. And the stats of the season: average finish and grid position 16, more than 5,000 kilometers driven, more than 860 laps driven, 1 fastest lap in Canada. And my team. So we are ready, guys. Basically it's time to go to the race weekend. The tire allocation is correct, so let's see what kind of weather we have, because that's very important. We will have rain. Here is a track where it's easy to have rain at some point. In this game we have not wet races still. We have a bit of rain in Miami, but not enough to put inters. We had some qualifying session in rain, that's true, a spring qualifying in Miami at some point, but we had all races in dry conditions. So let's see if we have rain or not in Austria. That is possible. It's a track where it's possible. And let's see a little more of things. In 30 minutes we start in Twitch, the practice one. Don't forget, guys. Don't forget we will be driving there. So move on. welcome to the factory. We are in the hospitality in Austria here. Alex, my teammate in front, checking something, I don't know what. Oh, and I see rain. Rain for this afternoon in a sprint qualifying. But only in a sprint, I think we will have rain. This is the sets of tires we have. 2 hards, 4 mediums, 6 soft. Yes, this is something I didn't realize. For this weekend we have an upgrade not only in reliability in the internal combustion engine, also we have a little upgrade in the real floor under trade distribution. A new upgrade for our chassis that is improving a lot. And this is the forecast. This is the forecast for a sprint qualifying race. Dry will be dry as well, but in the sprint race we will have rain this afternoon in the sprint qualifying, so that will be crucial for the sprint race. That will be in dry conditions. And now, wow, this is interesting. Mark, I wanted to send around an update or our estimate performance progress against our closest rival. You can see the relative movement over the past few races in the attached graph. Any issue with that, you know where to find me. This is a very interesting graphic. Oh, look at that. Kicksauber has introduced a major upgrade, and now they are not slower. They are the 8th team now, close to us, very close to us. We, thanks to the little improvement, we maintain the 7th place in the performance. Haas and Alpine stay in the same level, and RB as well. We improve a little bit, but it's Kicksauber actually who did a major step for this weekend, so the fight will be closer between us. But as I said here in this track, due to the characteristic, I had the feeling we will have the 6th fastest car, and we have chances to finish on points here, guys. We have very high chances. Finally, let me show. Okay, this is the goals available, the target, the progress history. As you can see, Sauber did a major step, and RB is a bit like in the middle between the top teams and us, and you can see the top teams are in their own league, as happened in real life. I like these looks like in real life, but it's very interesting between Sauber, Alpine and us, how close it's everything. So it's very interesting to see that we maintain the race, the evolution race, very close to our rivals. RB, we improve a lot at the beginning of the season. Looks that it has stabilized a bit. And finally, I think everything is ready, guys. Everything is ready for the practice one, the only practice session of this weekend. It will be absolutely crucial to try to complete every program, to try to do as much laps as possible. And only we have a soft and hard. What I'm gonna do is probably will do a lot of laps on hards, and at the end of the session let's try quality runs on the soft tire to see where we are. But you know, the hard tire will be crucial. We will have to do a lot of laps to test the car, and let's see what happens. Everything is ready, guys. In 26 minutes we have a practice one that will be crucial because the sprint qualifying will be in wet conditions. Something interesting as well. So as I said before, in 26 minutes I see you here on Twitch. DannyFloss1 is my username. Welcome everyone there. There on Twitch is where you can watch all the action on live, all sessions on live driving. I will be driving there on Twitch. And this is the weekend preview of the Austrian Grand Prix, a new exciting weekend, a spring weekend, where we are trying to reach this number and do it on YouTube. Thank you so much for to all people who were subscribing in the last week. That were massive, the amount of subscription we had in this channel, Floss F1G, my gaming channel, when you can see these weekend previews and the race previews. So nothing more to say here. See you in a couple of minutes on Twitch, and don't forget to follow me there, and see you there. Very exciting weekend, a spring weekend. Anything can happen. Maybe this is the start of our, let's say, good part of the season for us. So see you soon in Twitch in a couple of minutes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support, guys. See you soon.